Hello and welcome back to the Call of Duty World Championship. Myself, Rel, and Mr. X are going to be taking you through, as we said, the Call of Duty World Championship presented by Xbox, going into the losers bracket. EnVy going up against Vexx Revenge.
Yeah, we just saw EnVy clutch a ridiculous match against Epsilon, round 11, game 5, search and destroy. Nameless, I hear, went huge. I didn't get to catch the entire thing, but I hear Nameless pull off some insane stuff.
Yeah, I believe he actually got a 1 versus 3. I can't confirm that, but I mean, it went down to
insane.
It went right down to the wire again, and we've had so many of these clutches where it goes 5-5 search and destroy. I saw it on my first game actually casted where it was Team Orbit going up, funnily enough, against Vexx Revenge, who is going to be the team that we are going to be giving you some coverage of here in the final game, I believe.
Okay,
on the
so
stream.
you've seen Vexx Revenge play already.
Yes.
What do you think of them the first time around?
I mean, Vexx Revenge, I'll be honest, I didn't know too much about them coming into this. I knew they were the Canadian team that did come out on top of Wild Gaming. The individual players, though, have really impressed me so far, particularly Slumber. He's a main slayer. I saw him going 40-18 in the Domination.
Oh, wow.
He's definitely one to watch in the objective game modes.
Oh, and then, I mean, on the other side, I mean, everybody knows the guys on EnVy. You know, you have Ray, Merc, Study, and Nameless. And I think the most important players for this team are going to be Study and Nameless. You know?
Yeah.
Study really needs to step it up in the slaying department. I saw him today. He was a little shaky, probably a little bit nervous, I would say. Going to really need to come up big right here. And, I mean, you know, these games are obviously to make it out of loser bracket, but obviously there's a lot of money determined on the line here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if they hit that top 4 mark, they're looking at least $100,000. It is crazy money that they're playing for. And remember, whoever loses this best of 5 series is out. That will be the end of the road for them, and they will progress no further. But it is going to be Domination Strike Zone to begin with. I mean, do you want to start off watching EnVy here, or should we go Vexx Revenge?
Surprise me, Rel. Surprise me, Rel.
I'm going to go Vexx Revenge because I think, you know, EnVy are the more popular choice, but I just want to show you what Slumber is capable of. I mean, we've spoken about them a lot, but we've got to give some credit to the other guys. Demon, Mech, and Illskill have all had their strong performances as well. Demon particularly on the search and destroy. Mech, obviously, he is the leader of this team, and we're going to see now what Vexx Revenge can do.
Yeah, and you know, I'm actually really pumped to see this Vexx Revenge team. When I was, before the event, I spoke to Karma a little bit about them, you know, obviously being Canadian, and I was like, you know, what do you know about this team? And he was really telling me about how good Illskill is. And, you know, he's been a player in this community for a while now, Rel, and, you know, Damon had very high things to say about him.
Right, well, I mean, you know, we'll get some coverage of him as well. If I actually just flip onto Illskill with that being the case and see what's going on as he does secure that B flag now, and already we can see Alpha and Bravo being secured by Vexx Revenge. Great start from the Canadians.
Yeah, but you actually see on the minimap, you know, EnVy is going to be able to take this A flag, it seems, and they're going to try and spawn trap Vexx Revenge inside the bar area. That's exactly what you don't want to happen if you're Vexx Revenge.
Oh no, it's going to be a really big problem for them because not only are both flags A and C falling into EnVy control, but you are trapped and there's nothing you can do. That B flag's actually been neutralized as well.
Yeah, so you know, right now, EnVy is pretty much going to try and play for those outer flags and really just try and get a good spawn log. And if you are Illskill and the rest of the Revenge team, you need to formulate a plan quick. You need to go together and be decisive and just pick which home flag you're going to push, because right now, you know, defending the bar isn't the best option because EnVy doesn't necessarily need to push in. They already have that 2 cap.
All right, well, EnVy are looking very strong here. They do have an 8-point lead going into this, but they are now securing the B flag once again. Oh, but that has been shut down. Vexx Revenge holding on to the 2 flag.
Yeah, you know, big comeback for Vexx Revenge. They're able to take one of the home flags. And you see Nameless, he's going to try and get into the bar, but he is taken out by Mech. And you see Illskill is able to pull out and get another kill on Merc, and you know, that's 3 dead for the EnVy squad.
Yeah, Vexx Revenge just shutting EnVy down right there. Study, as you say, you know, he might be a little bit nervous going into this. I believe he's one of the younger players of the EnVy lineup.
Yeah, you know, he's, I believe, the youngest player of EnVy. I believe he is still only 18 years old. And, you know, playing in a tournament of this stature, I mean, the lights are definitely on, Rel. You know, this is big time. So he might be a little nervous in his first CoD championships.
All right, well, let's talk about how these teams actually qualified to get here. I mean, with Vexx Revenge in the Canadian qualifier, they defeated DXD, KG Fuse, and Wild on the Wild Gaming in the grand final, and that nail-biting 5-5 finish ended 6-5 to Vexx Revenge. But with EnVy, just looking now at the US regional qualifiers here, I mean, you probably know yourself, they took out Xfinity 3-0, defeated Optic Gaming 3-1, and fell just short against Strictly Bigness after qualifying 3-2.
Yeah, I mean, talk a little bit about Optic this weekend, man. I predicted them in the top 4 the first day we were here. I sat down in that chair to my right with Brycey, and I said, Optic Gaming will get top 4.
Yep, and you know, they've sealed the deal. They found themselves in the winner bracket final,
Yeah.
and we're going to be doing coverage on that tomorrow. They did just defeat the T1, the Trident T1 Dotters, the surprise Australian team, who, by the way, haven't lost a single search and destroy all event.
Oh, no, they've looked dominant. I've casted a bunch of their games. You know, their search and destroy is on the next level. I mean, it is definitely the best in the world.
All right, well, back into this game anyway. Now we are seeing a little bit of a battle on our hands. It is 44-49 in favor of Federation, that being EnVy. This is going to be a really close game because 2 flags currently in the Vexx Revenge favor.
Yeah, you know, if Vexx Revenge can just hold this down for a little bit more, you know, they're going to take the lead going into the second half. But you see Merc making a big play right there in bar, not able to kill the second guy, who is Slumber. That's one of the players you were highlighting coming into this. Well, you know, 6 and 9, but he has 3 caps to his name.
Well, this is it. I mean, in terms of the slaying, he's certainly slowed down. He's the main slayer for Vexx Revenge, so he's going to be stepping that up, but he has been playing very objectively here. We're just going to watch him for a bit with the MTAR, but he does get shut down there. Study with a big 3-piece.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Study, that's the type of player he is. He's extremely explosive, you know. Sometimes he'll start off a little slow, and then he gets on a roll, and he's extremely hard to stop. And the EnVy team just needs to get him a little bit more consistent if they're going to keep getting those high placings in these type of events that they're really looking for.
Oh, yeah, and let's not forget, in the Call of Duty Championships 2013, EnVy actually finished 2nd place there, and that did feature both Merc and Rambo.
Merc was on Optic.
For the CoD Champs 2013. Have I got that mixed up? I will check my facts, but anyway.
Yep,
I've definitely got that mixed up. Okay, forget about that.
They might have won if Merc was there.
Okay, so Rambo even. My mistake.
Yeah.
There we go. So Rambo, and you know, Rambo, he is returning. He's trying to once again get a real top position and see what he can do. Gosh, yeah, Merc was actually a latecomer there. Oh well. It's been a long day.
It's late. It's been a long day. Yeah, you know, Ray's had an interesting story over the last few months. You know, he went from being on the EnVy team to going to being a coach. And then, you know, whatever happened with Scump leaving EnVy, going back to Optic, you know, Proofy leaving EnVy, going to FaZe. Now, Ray returned to play, and I think we've seen a much better Ray than we saw at the first place.
Yeah, and I mean, just to clarify there, by mistake, it was actually Rambo, Jacob, Proofy, and Stainville who came 2nd at Call of Duty Championships 2013. I don't want to upset the Optic fans any further. I know. I think.
Why, you upset them earlier?
Well, I said
what happened?
I said in the Optic versus NSP, the South Korean game, I said something along the lines of South Korea, they're putting up a good fight here, and my Twitter feed just exploded with angry Optic fans.
I'm sure once you check this, it's going to be somewhat of the same.
But, yeah, I mean, Merc, as you were saying, he did feature in the previous Optic lineup, which placed 3rd. So, I mean, these guys, they're top contenders to actually pursue, you know, go even further in this tournament. They're in the lower bracket, but they can certainly still win this.
Yeah, you know, Nameless is one of the most underrated players, I think, in Call of Duty Ghosts. You know, was on Curse Las Vegas for a little bit. Now with EnVy, you know, he's really found a good home, and he's one of the most dynamic slayers in Call of Duty. You know, submachine guns or ARs, you can play either a passive role or super aggressive. So, you know, doesn't surprise me. Nameless is really making a huge difference here at the Call of Duty Championships.
All right, well, we are going to get into the second side of this as it's just loading up. So we saw some really strong plays there from both of these teams. Was there any individual player that just stood out for you in that domination?
You know, not really an individual player that stood out. You know, pretty much Strikes and Domination is all about that rotation. You know, when you have that good team play, it's really hard to just go off and have one of those big games on Strikes, and you don't see it too often. You know, such close quarter map. Time to kill in Call of Duty Ghosts is very short, so you usually don't see anybody going too off. So, you know, I did like the rotations out of Vexx Revenge, though. You know, very on point. They knew exactly what they wanted to do. They played well as a team. So, you know, very, very, very happy for them overall about how they played.
Yep, and this is still all to play for. A very close first half on that domination. We're going to be going into the second side now, and I'm going to start off watching EnVy this time. And given that I got a little bit confused before, I'm going to start watching Merc because I want to see what he can do now in his newfound home.
Yeah, you know, Merc is a very interesting player. I wouldn't categorize him as a Slayer. I wouldn't really categorize him as an OBJ player. He's a little bit of both, you know. When a player like Study or Nameless, they start to slow down a little bit, you know, Merc is always there consistently to pick up the slack, you know, and Ray maybe isn't getting all to the objectives that they need. You know, Merc fills that role as well. And I think he is probably the best captain of Call of Duty.
Wow, okay, a big statement to make there, but of course he's just kind of this essential part of the team. I mean, they need that leadership. He's had a few rusty games previously, but he's certainly been coming up big, and as you said before, you know, they did have that really close game against Stepstone where I know he was making some big plays.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, he always is a player that comes up clutch. You know, you never have to worry in a big game situation about Merc. I mean, he's played tons of big games before, and No, he's the guy who I'm really looking to, solidify Study as a player. You kind of look at them as trying to really just work Study down. It's almost like they're the parents, him and Ray. And, I think he's going to be great for Study's growth as a player as we see throughout the rest of the year.
All right, well, here we go on board with Merc now, trying to pick up even more kills there. And it's a great start for Envy. Straight off the blocks, we're seeing Merc trying to secure this beef like he is all on his own, but he does have the support of one of his teammates.
Yeah, right now Study is pretty much going to lock down this back bar area. And I don't agree with this idea to just push this C flag. There's no need for, you lost the first half. It wasn't by that many points. So, to go off this right off the start is pretty wild call right there for Envy.
Yeah, it's extremely risky, but it did pay off for them. I mean, they temporarily did hold that 3 capture on the Domination. The C flag is going to go into control of Vexx Revenge, but certainly Envy opening up strong here.
Yeah, and I mean, this is definitely a great start if you are an Envy fan. I mean, you see Nameless, he's going to lock down that kitchen area, He's got another player coming behind him, and he's able to take him out with a knife. So, Nameless's game carrying over from that Epsilon series.
All right, so let's see what is going on with you, Nameless, as he's just going back and 2 between kitchen and toilets here, finally getting shut down there at the hands of Demon. I mean, let's give Demon some coverage here for Vexx Revenge. He has just been taken out, so we'll switch things up.
The caster curse.
Exactly. I mean, here we go. Illskill not got a kill yet this half.
You're putting the pressure on him.
Oh, I know. Well, let's see if he can pick it up. I mean, he's been getting captures, so he's been doing some objective work, but he's gonna. There we go. Finally gets a kill. But
he's on the board.
He's on the board. He's securing A. I mean, they've got a deficit to catch back, though, here.
Yeah, they're down. I mean, pretty hefty deficit, but Strike Zone's a map where you can hold up a 2-cap pretty easily. It's really just about not just pushing too much further than you should. You got to know when you should just stay in the same position and just pretty much watch those same 2 or 3 alleyways and get those easy cutoffs. You end up losing that 2-cap when you try and push for too much and get too greedy going for that 3rd cap. But see Demon with a crazy knife kill right there on Rambo.
Demon doing absolute work here, trying to make this push onto the B flag, trying to go for a 3-cap of their own, does get shut down, and Envy have just got to be careful now. They don't want to get caught in B. They have made this push out to Alpha, and they should be able to secure it.
Yeah, right now they're going to try and hold A and B. They have a player inside a bar locking that down, and this is smart play from Ray. He doesn't need to fight this necessarily. He can wait for his teammates to come and, just pick up that easy help. You see right there, Merc able to help Ray pick up 1, and Ray is going to get that 2nd kill on A. That is absolutely huge for this Envious lineup.
Oh, yeah, and they're going off now on this side. Envy, you can see them really working well as a team. And once again, they seem to be kind of pushing towards Charlie. Rambo actually just dropping prone there. Doesn't want to overextend. Merc does go down, though, as does Rambo. Study and Nameless need to hold on to Bravo.
Yeah, and I mean, this is huge right here. This is pretty much, the game. If Envy can hold this right now, I mean, they're just going to pull away with this series. So, you actually see right there, they were going to try and take C as, Illskill and the rest of his team rotated over towards A, but they're not able to take it. Now they're losing B as well, so this is not good for Envy.
Not at all. Vexx Revenge getting right back into this. Let's see what is going on. Slumber 10-5, as I said. Big Slayer for the team. Double kill death ratio, and is also trying to make a push now. They've had the 3-cap for a moment there.
Yeah, they got this 3-cap right now, but you see one player for Envy inside the bar. He's taking that flag, and that was Study, but he is taken out by Demon. So, this is going to be huge. If Envy is going to be able to win this series, they're going to have to get into this bar area and come up huge with kills. And right there you see Rambo picking up a huge kill on Slumber, and Study is going to come in and help him out, and he's going to have to jump on this B flag right away.
There we go. Study now just holding it down, and he should be able to secure this, but he is going to be challenged. Manages to get it and evade them.
Yeah, you see the players from Vexx Revenge, they were funneling through the black bar, and that was Merc back there, picking up 2 huge kills. And right now, they got to know somebody is going towards A. Envy, their players are spawning in kitchen. You're spawning in kitchen, you have to know that there's players over on that A flag. And you see Study, he actually saw that one player went for a reload, and that's going to be a huge play right there if he's going to be able to take that A flag.
Here we go, though. Oh, a big play from Charlie. A big play from Rambo on Charlie. Does manage to secure it once more, but we're probably going to see this go neutral unless Envy can do anything about it.
Yeah, Study doing a great job just watching this front bar area, but there's a player going to be pushing in the bar, and that player is taken out by Ray. So, constantly we're saying Ray's name, making huge plays around the flag, and that's really what his job is on this Envy squad.
Here we go. Slumber does pick up 2 now. He's got to find this 3rd in Bravo, and he is going to make it against Merc and go for that capture.
Yeah, I think this game, I think it's over, though. I think Envy is going to win this series, this map.
Yep, so they are going to take it. That is going to be it. No more points are going to be captured. Vexx Revenge know it. Oh, a nice little grenade to finish things off, but it is going to go in Envy's favor.
Yes, big first map for Envy. Ray going I mean, I can say Ray went big at 14 and 15. No, went -1, but he had 5 caps to his name. And, look at just the overall objective work from Envy. Just perfect rotations, just everyone getting on those flags and getting them as fast as possible.
All right, well, that is going to end the first game here. A very, very close, actually, game between these two sides. Vexx Revenge, I've got to say, a bit of a surprise for me. I knew they were a strong Canadian team, but they're really going toe-to-toe here against one of the best American teams out there.
Yeah, and absolutely. Coming up next, we're going to have S&D on Freight. So that's a map where, I'm going to see if Vexx Revenge can come out. That's one of Envy's better search and destroy maps. So they're going to have to come out and, win this map and take it, if they're going to have a chance of winning the series. I don't think they're going to win it going down 0-2.
Yeah, well, Envy did just defeat Epsilon on a 6-5 on this map. It was very, very close. They're coming off the back of that against Vexx Revenge here. We're going to go to a very quick break. Don't go anywhere, and we'll be coming back to you guys very shortly.